Well, now in the garage at least, I'm starting to get down to the little things and addressing some things that have been kind of sitting in a poor state for quite a while now. Months, really, at this point, and that's the sink. Everything is just absolutely covered in paint, joint compound, all sorts of things. So I'm attempting to scrub all that away and yeah, making slow going of it. It's starting to come apart and starting to clean up, but it's going to take, at least 5 passes. And we're playing around with the garage rearrangement. I'm finally at the point now where there's enough room to move things around so that I can try to see where I want to put things, or if I like it there, if I don't like it there, and just to get a general overall feel of how this garage is going to be laid out ultimately. And to also move things so I can sweep underneath them, like over here. The bikes and the paint was sitting there for weeks and definitely needed to be cleaned up, so moved all of that so I could sweep up the floor. Even though I have swept the floor, I'm still finding dust absolutely everywhere. The rain really started picking up, so might as well keep going inside while I'm covered and mounted the TV. I wasn't quite sure where to place this because it's limited space and I don't really use the TV that much in the garage, honestly, and it needs to be close to an outlet, obviously, so all the outlets in the garage are right here, and so this is kind of like the closest compromise that I can make. It's only up there temporarily too because there's a few things on this wall that need to be addressed, like this. The electrical definitely needs to be cleaned up, and I might even just be able to put an outlet right here, which would be fantastic. I could just plug it in right there. I also will need to take this down eventually because, as you can see here, I have a cutout because on the other side of this wall is the Ethernet and the coax, so we're going to have to eventually route that up in the wall up to the second floor, so I cut down a little sight hole right there, so that way it'll make it a little bit easier, hopefully, when it comes time to fishing that up. Happy New Year and happy new blinds. Decided to go ahead and install these, so now it's going to be on the lower half so that we don't have any prying eyes on the street.
Will this charger fit on your wall?
Oh, that's gigantic. And we finally cracked open the stand for the saw so I don't have to bend down every time I cut wood. Alright, let's see if I can get this thing finished. I just have to cut it out enough to get the scraps, and probably will have to tear down this patch job because, again, they used the wrong drywall. Oh, and yesterday I also installed the rest of the blinds, but didn't bother to film it. You gotta love the quality of whoever's workmanship I'm destroying, but this is the patch that was done at some point for the plumbing. Of course, this wasn't done, but this was, and underneath here, just above the water heater. But first of all, this is regular 1/2-inch drywall for interior, and all of this is supposed to be 5/8 fireproof drywall. So this is not the right size, so there's a huge gap in here. There wasn't any cardboard in this section, but we have seen in other sections in previous weeks with the garage that cardboard has been wedged behind here to make up for that thickness. Also, I just opened this thing up like it was a cabinet door or something. There's no screws, there's no nails fixing the drywall to the wood at all. Literally all that was holding it was just this barely just little fray of drywall tape or drywall mesh, and this really badly done joint compound. And that was it.